The golden arches aren't always as nice as they seem. Here are the top 5 scary McDonald's urban legends. Number 5 on this list is the Happy Meal toy. Usually, Happy Meals come out with some sort of toy from the latest trending movie or TV show. In a rare case though, it looks like the toy was a body part. Babbletop says, in one episode of Friends, Phoebe finds a thumb floating in a soda can. In the sitcom, it's a comedic moment and various hijinks ensue, but if this were to happen in real life, odds are it would be a pretty traumatic experience. The people who have claimed to have found human fingers in their McDonald's orders would probably testify to that. One of these reports states that a finger was found in a toddler's Happy Meal. It's probably safe to say that's not quite the toy they were hoping for. The mother only realized what was going on when she caught her kid sucking on it like some sort of demented pacifier. After that particular incident, the manager checked all of the fingers of his employees and claimed that everybody had all 10 fingers, and presumably all 10 toes accounted for, which casts a little bit of doubt on the legend, but doesn't succeed in making it any less disturbing. McDonald's isn't the first fast food chain to be accused of something like this, and it certainly won't be the last, but with the story lacks in originality, it more than makes up for in gore. Yeah, so I don't know if this actually happened or not, but let's do some math. There are over 38,000 McDonald's locations in the world. It's believed that through all of those locations, McDonald's racks in about 62 million customers every single day, which also means that the company sells about 75 hamburgers every second of every day. With all of this traffic and all of these customers, is it possible that one Happy Meal in all of this ended up with a finger in it? Yeah, I honestly think it is. Like, yes, human fingers that are detached from someone's body are hard to come by, and I don't know how it happened, but it is very possible. Definitely not the lunchtime meal the toddler was hoping for. Number 4 on this list is the Killer Clown. We all know Ronald McDonald, the clown synonymous with the big golden arches. Well, turns out he and McDonald's could have been up to something rather sinister a few years ago. Babbletop says, remember those weeks in 2016 when clowns were running around threatening people with knives? If you don't, you're not alone. It's surprising how quickly everyone moved on from this. Anyways, it was a big deal at the time. During that period, McDonald's seemed to be riding the wave of the clown craze, releasing a series of Japanese commercials that features Ronald McDonald running through dark alleyways, creepily calling women from outside their homes like he's in a Scream movie, and even hiding under a woman's bed without her knowing. It's a whole new level of creepy, and you probably shouldn't watch these commercials unless you're willing to risk some serious nightmares. Amidst the allegation that the fast food chain was encouraging and even profiting off of the dangerous trend of psycho clown attacks were accusations that McDonald's was actually the mastermind behind the entire phenomena. So what the heck was the marketing guy thinking on this one? McDonald's, we need to do way better than this, guys. This is just flat out stupid. You're straight up inciting violence and, at the very least, being super insensitive to what was happening. Now, I find it hard to believe that McDonald's actually started this stuff to begin with, but they 100% did not help the situation by doing what they were doing. Number 3 on this list is fertile fries. Alright, so we have an especially weird urban legend here, guys. I think we can all agree that McDonald's isn't the most nutritious meal that you could ever have. Extremely high in calories and fat and super low in everything that your body needs. But that hasn't stopped some people from theorizing that eating McDonald's fries actually assists in getting people pregnant. Alright, so apparently there is a belief that if you eat McDonald's fries after having sex, then your chances of getting pregnant skyrocket. A bunch of women who were having a hard time conceiving tried this and apparently rave about the results. Now, there's no scientific evidence that this is the case at all, but there is some sort of train of thought as to why this might be happening. McDonald's fries are extremely salty. Like, so freaking salty. Well, when your body takes in a lot of salt, that causes it to soak up more of the liquids that it intakes as well. Some people have thought that this soaking up capability extends to our downstairs parts, and that liquid is, baby making juice. So basically, if you're looking to get pregnant, then there is no harm in trying to eat a few fries after getting it on and see if it helps. On the other hand, if you don't want to get pregnant, then stay away from everything McDonald's related, because you could be upping your chances a ton by getting that Happy Meal. Number 2 on this list is the meat. McDonald's is always putting out commercials talking about how great their meat is and how natural all of it is and stuff like that. Some people aren't buying into the ads though. Babbletop says one popular urban legend would have you believe that McDonald's is taking the phrase mystery meat to a whole other level. The fast food chain advertises their burgers as 100% real beef. Cow's eyeballs are technically part of the cow, right? Realistically though, that doesn't seem like a technicality anyone would be willing to let slide. Even worse than eyeballs is the theory that the burgers contain earthworms. Now, earthworms might very well turn out to be a fantastic source of protein, but it's probably not unrealistic to say that most people would rather get their nutrients from quite literally anywhere else. Guys, can you actually imagine if your quarter pounder has cow eyeballs and earthworms in it? It honestly makes me want to puke just thinking about that possibility. And let's face it, the eyeball might not even be the worst part of the animal. Like, there could be other parts of the cow that we're consuming that we just don't even know about. For the sake of my high school self, I am praying that this isn't the case. Younger high school me had a ton of McDonald's, and I don't want to know that I was eating eyeballs and earthworms the entire time. And number 1 on this list is the ghost drive-thru. Usually, McDonald's will kill you from the cholesterol, but this time there was something else afoot. Babbletop says while some urban legends about McDonald's revolve around the menu, there are some pretty creepy ghost stories out there too. This one has the makings of a horror movie. One day, a man drove through a McDonald's drive-thru and paid with his debit card. He didn't catch a good look at the girl who served him, just enough to be able to give a vague description of her. When she handed back his card, it burned his hand so immensely that he almost dropped it. It was weird, but the card quickly returned to its normal temperature, so he didn't think much of it and continued on with his day, running errands around town. Later, he discovered a disturbing pattern. Everywhere he paid with his debit card after his visit to McDonald's, the employee who served him was involved in an unlikely accident and ultimately died. He began to wonder if the incident at McDonald's wasn't so meaningless after all. He returned to the restaurant and described the girl who had served him to the best of his ability, asking to speak to her. The manager informed him that no one fitting that description had ever worked there. Cue eerie music. The killer debit card. That is one heck of a superpower, guys. You could literally kill anyone at any time with no one knowing if you just bought something from them with debit. Why did this happen, and who was that strange girl serving him while he was at McDonald's? Some people have suggested that the girl was a demonic apparition. Her spirit came from a girl who died here long before the McDonald's was ever built, and she eventually struck a deal with the devil. From there, the dominoes fell, and you got one of the craziest occurrences at a McDonald's drive-thru ever. After learning that there was no girl that ever worked there that matched the description, the man owning the debit card destroyed it. However, he never actually showed proof that he did this, so it's possible he might still be in possession of the killer card. But there you have it, guys. That is our list of the top 5 scary McDonald's urban legends. Please let me know in the comments down below what you thought about this list and some other scary McDonald's urban legends that you guys know about. Also, please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Nicholas Playlog, and I will catch you next time.